The following podcast is brought to you exclusively by the Rad Rob Radio Network.
On the next edition of Straight Up 5 with Todd McGill, we welcome the brand new 2026 PBA Tournament of Champions champion, Alex Horton, to the show. Alex was a standout at Indiana Tech, where he was an NAIA first-team All-American. His victory at the TOC has significantly boosted his ranking, securing priority status for future tour events. He is the fourth rookie on the tour this year to win their first national title. And we can't wait to talk to him. Let's not waste any more time. Straight Up 5 with Todd McGill starts now.
This is PBA champion Kyle Troop.
Hey y'all, Jacob Ledrup here.
Hey guys, Chuck Ritchie here, formerly of Bowl TV.
Hey guys, this is Ryan Schaefer of track staff at Valley Bowling Center in Waverly, New York.
And you're listening to Straight Up 5.
Yo, the boys from Straight Up 5.
Todd McGill is one of the nicest people I've ever met.
But he doesn't have the best hair in the world. I do. Sorry, bud, but you know the deal. Pick it out. Fear the fro, baby.
Welcome to Straight Up 5 with Todd McGill. A hard-hitting, cutting-edge look into the world of bowling. This podcast will not only feature bowling, but we'll give you a raw look into real-life issues. We've had the biggest and brightest stars from the past, future, and present on this show, as we strive to bring you the best the sport of bowling has to offer. So without further delay, let's introduce you to the host of your show, Rad Rob Francois, and your featured host, Todd McGill.
Hey guys, welcome back to Straight Up 5 with Todd McGill. I am your host, Rad Rob Francois.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
You're dang right I do. It's been a while since I've been in Popeyes, actually. I went to Hattie B's Hot Chicken today, so I did a thing. Good stuff. If you're ever in the Nashville area, get you some Nashville Hot Chicken. Really, really good stuff. So this is episode number 193. We are 7 episodes away from 200. We have a very special guest tonight. As always, our featured host, Todd McGill, is here, as he was on last week. We are having some connectivity issues with our special guest tonight, Alex Horton, so hopefully we can get that figured out, but I see him bouncing in and out in the green room, so we will hold our breath for that one. Before we start here, let's take a look and see who's in the chat. We got Philip Marks. What's going on, my brother? He says, hello, Rad Rob and Todd. I'm up to episode 78. In my defense, I used to bowl league on Wednesday nights. You got a long way to go, dude. We'll see you next year. Thanks. Thanks for stopping by. Nico, what up, brother? Our resident statistician, Nico Puhar. Just here to say hi because I'm working. He wants an I do.
I do.
We will give anybody a free I do. The next one's you got to Venmo us, but we'll give you a free one per show. Let's see. Philip says, congratulations to Alex on winning the TOC. I met him last summer at the Dutchman tournament. You can't say that anymore. You can't say that. That's politically incorrect. You can't say tournament anymore. In Pennsylvania, congrats. Many more to come. My buddy Andrew Pfeffer's in the house. What's up, Rob? Currently on my way back home from the World Series of Bowling, PTQ. Good times. God bless. We're in Minnesota. That's yeah. Sorry to hear that. We got Crambone. What's going on, brother? What up, Crambone? We got Adita 9-1 in the house. What's going on? My buddy Bear. I haven't seen you in a while, man. What's up, brother? Good to see you. I'm sure Alex Bermudez will pop his head here in a second. Yeah, we're having connectivity issues with Alex. We'll bring him in here in a second. We may have to rush it before we lose connection again. Typically, I'll do the national anthem shtick, but I've already wasted enough time. Hold on. What in the... apparently, we have... Dr. Ocho. Dude, you've been gone for like 4 months. Do you even realize you're not on the show anymore?
Oh, shit, I'm not.
What's up, dude?
Oh, never mind. Sorry, guys.
No, hold on. That's an old school mask.
What are you talking about? The mask is brand new.
Oh, okay. It looks like the old sweaty one you wore like 4 years ago. What's up, man? It's good to see you.
So, I don't know.
It's good to see your muscles again.
What are you doing on my show? What are you doing here?
Jamie Gillis says, what the I'm shocked. I didn't James Vanderpeaks is here, everybody. Dr. Ocho.
By the way, nobody even told me.
Well, I mean, you don't answer my text messages, so I mean, what do you expect from me? You just show up whenever you want. I send you the link every week, hoping you show up, but you never do. So
no, it just started downpouring, so I don't know. This could be it.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm glad you're here. It's good to see you. It's been a while. You've never met our new host. Let me bring in the regional sales manager.
Damn it! What are you talking about?
Todd McGill, Dr. Ocho.
Hey, I'm the co-host. You're the host, Dr. Ocho.
Dude, it is pouring out right now, out of nowhere. I'm gonna do this.
You're not in the house.
I was going to the outside, purposely did this. I got a fire going and everything, and it started downpouring literally 2 seconds ago.
Nico says, doctor's on. Bye. Nico doesn't want to see you, so.
Doesn't matter. Anyway. You can just fuck him anyway.
Bowling with Diallo, what's going on, brother? Todd, as you know, Dr. Ocho was one of our co-hosts for the last 5 years, but he went MIA.
Everybody's a co-host. We're all co-hosts.
We're all co-hosts in our own way. Oh, do you remember the old Bobby Heenan Gorilla? Remember on Primetime Wrestling when Bobby Heenan used to always call himself the host and Gorilla was always like co-host?
Yes, and Gorilla would be like, no, I don't. I never saw it. No, I have no idea. All right, you guys carry on. I don't know what's going on here. It just started downpouring 2 seconds ago because Rad Rob made it downpour. It's Rad Rob's fault again, as always.
If anything, Dr. Ocho, it's going to help you put your fire out.
Yeah. The fire shouldn't go out. Shoot! What the hell just happened now? What's going on? The fire going on. But guys, you guys, do your thing. Shit!
Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for showing up. We'll see you in a couple months.
How do I get out of here?
All right, I'll kick you.
Get me out of here, damn it!
All right, you're out. Jesus Christ. What's up, Todd?
I don't know at this point.
That was a random appearance by the venerable Dr. Ocho. Philip says Ocho's still in episode 78. He is. I'm not sure when he disappeared, but what's up with you, brother? You doing all right?
Yeah, doing good. As always, we're staying busy, trying to keep Bolify kicking, and got some exciting things going on at Gilmore Lanes this week. Got some training classes going on with one of the GOATs. Walter Ray is actually in town and hanging out down at Gilmore doing some training classes today and tomorrow. So I got to go down and talk to Walter for a few minutes today, and
cool.
Pretty cool stuff.
I love that.
Doing a lot of one-on-one, about 2-hour classes. He's doing roughly. There's only 4 people per time slot.
Yeah.
So he gets definitely some good time with everybody, and it's kind of cool. Kind of cool to have him down there. We're running some big specials and trying to get some folks in there to get to meet him, and hopefully he can sell some merch and make his trip through Cincinnati on the way to the. I believe he's headed to Minnesota. So.
Well, that's awesome. So I see. Unfortunately, Alex is still having a couple of communication issues here, but I do want to play a clip real quick of his win this past Sunday at the TOC. Let's take a look at the highlights from his historic win.
Here, but basically, Alex just needing a mark to seal this one up.
Max of 216. He's not going to get there as he leaves 4 pins.
And the messenger will take out the 4. He strikes. That will do it. Alex
Alex Horton will now face Zach Wilkins in the title game.
What a hit for the kid here. Needing a mark, comes up a little high, 4-pin, but no worries. Gets the trip out of nowhere, and he knows that was huge.
This will make it official.
Whoa. Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
You gotta love CW. They just show the Andrew, and they don't show the title match. I swear to God, dude, it's literally been one of those days. I honestly clipped that together in like 2.5 minutes. I got out of work and had such a long drive home, but thank God I'm back to work here.
I was going to say, you got to take the good with the bad, I suppose, when it comes to that.
I'm blessed to have a job. Let's introduce to you, and hopefully we can keep on here for a second. The 2026 Tournament of Champions champion, one and only Mr. Alex Horton. And I hit the wrong button, dude. I suck, Alex.
You dump him? Oh, okay.
Alex, welcome to the show, brother. I see you bouncing in and out, dude. I don't know what's going on with your connection. Worst case, I can do a phone interview since I have your number. We just won't have video.
It might be that hotel Wi-Fi.
It could be.
Yeah.
It's a Minnesota Wi-Fi, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good old Minnesota Wi-Fi. Dude, first off, congratulations on the win. God, here we go. Can you hear me now? You're back. Congratulations on the win, Alex. Dude, amazing. So cool to have your dad there, Parker there, Brandon Bone was there as well. I don't know what it is with the rookies this year. Y'all just have ice water in your veins. Really, really proud of you. And we've been following you since the Bowler X days, like everybody else.
Yeah,
dude, it's really happy to see you win. Tell me what it meant. I mean, did it kind of sink in? Did it take a little while to realize you're a freaking major champion, bro?
yeah, it's crazy experience. It's been a crazy last couple of days with people texting me and things like that. But I mean, it's fully sunk in now. Had some time to reflect and realize that, this was a life-changing experience, not so much from the money aspect of it, but from the fact of now that I'm a major champion wherever I go. I'm a PBA tour titleist, and that's something that will always be with me. So from that aspect, it's been amazing the last couple of days for sure.
And we do expect you to win more often, but for whatever reason, let's just say you don't, you're still a major champion. You still have a title. I mean, dude, I'm sure you watched bowling growing up. We're obviously a little bit different in age. I'm a little bit older than you. But I watched back in the day on Saturday mornings or Saturday afternoons on ABC. And, I'm a bowler. I never got to that level. But that's just it's got to be a dream, right? Did you, obviously you're confident and you know how well you can bowl, but did you ever imagine you would see success this early?
No, of course not. I mean, I didn't even want to commit to a full tour season because I had obviously only bowled half a season to this point because I was kind of unsure how I would go out and perform. So, as the season goes on, you kind of catch some more confidence. You're like, oh, okay, I'm confident I can get out of the PTQs and just get experience and reps in the main field. And, from there, anything after that is sort of a bonus. So, but I mean, never would I have thought that, I'm sitting here to be a major champion. And it's absolutely unreal.
So have you talked with Brandon Bonta and Spencer and everybody about dude, how'd it feel? How'd you handle all that? Are you friends with those guys?
Yeah. So obviously, Brandon, Spencer, they hit me up saying congratulations, great bowling and things like that. But in terms of getting on the show and maybe talking me through the show, there wasn't really much of that going on. It's just kind of the hey, you're a killer competitor. We've bowled each other, all the youth days, Spencer and I, Brandon and I. So from that aspect, I've competed with these guys. These guys have had success on TV. I believe that I can have success on TV as well. And that's what happened.
Todd, I'll let you jump in here in a second. I just want to kind of rattle off what I got my brain before I forget because I'm old. So I've been good friends with Parker for a while through JP Jr., who used to be one of the hosts of this show. And, the entire Bone family are amazing, literally. The best family in bowling. No offense to the Barneses or anybody else. Parker's wife being a pro, Parker being one of the literally greatest of all time, and all of his kids can bowl. But they're not just good bowlers, but they're good people. Honestly, talk about your relationship with Parker and the family and how much they've helped you, over the years.
Yeah.
Oh. No.
Oh, you're back.
Did I reconnect here? Okay, yeah. Parker's been a father figure to me. He's taken me under his wing. I'm best friends with, obviously, Justin and Brandon. And as a result of me having a great relationship and friendship with them, Parker's, taken me under his wing. He's basically given me advice what it's like to be out on tour, as well as just anything in life. I mean, Parker has just been...
Your hands are cold.
Nope, you're back. Sorry, dude. We're working with you. You left off at Parker.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, he's just he's helped me out so much on and off the lanes, helped me become a better person, and helped me, prepare for me for where I am today on tour. And so, from that standpoint, that's something that I'm always grateful for, and our relationship is ever growing.
Todd, you got anything for our featured guest?
No, I mean, just congratulations. It was fun to watch. The way that you manipulated the lanes basically to your game, that was a veteran thing that you did, being able to play him the way you did. And I mean, I do want to say I'm sure we have many mutual friends. One in particular, Lee Sant, Bowler X. I remember seeing your videos of you bowling when you were just a little guy, like a real little guy that Lee would be posting. And Lee's a great person, and being part of Bowler X, and I saw the patch on your sleeve. I know you're wearing that proud. And next time you see Lee, tell him that Todd said hi.
Yeah, certainly.
I don't know if you see him very much or get to talk to him much anymore at all or not. I know they're very busy folks, but I'm sure he was a proud guy watching the show on Saturday. But yeah, it was. I mean, I was just gonna say, can you tell us what made you just go straight to the urethane? I mean, what made you not want to throw the reactive? I mean, you played. I mean, it played into your hand perfectly. But what put that into your head that you needed to do that?
Yeah, so all week I had a very good look on fresh with urethane, kind of keeping it in play, keeping it going up the lane. So for my eyes, coming into the show, I was already, talking with the ball reps. I'm like, hey, despite there being a couple games on the pair already, do you think I can get urethane to go down the lane? And they're like, yeah, we think so. And watching from the side, watching Belmo and Bonta actually start with reactive from left, I was kind of surprised because in practice,
Yep, you're back.
In practice.
I don't know why he keeps doing that, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, while we were practicing, getting warmed up, no one else was really stretching the pattern besides me and Wilkins were throwing urethane. So as a result, it kind of would have made it hard to get into reactive early. And watching Belmo and Bonta throw reactive, it didn't obviously look great at all. And so for me, I was already inclined in my head to try and want to throw urethane, keep the lane in play, hit the pocket, and go from there. And so I actually had the lanes playing differently. In the title match, I was throwing two different urethanes. I was throwing a little bit stronger one on the right lane and slower and further left. And in the left lane, I was throwing a little bit harder and further left as well, or further right, excuse me. So from that aspect, I was just like, hey, just keep this game simple because, you're in a new environment on TV and whatnot, and reactive already wasn't looking great. So from that aspect, I was just like, hey, let's just keep it simple, go out and throw some urethane.
Well, and not even that. I mean, you kept the ball in front of you, obviously, which was the best play. But man, your composure were your first time on television. I know you bowled some big events with Indiana Tech, I guess, right? Hello.
It's still loading. We'll have to find out what hotel he's at and leave a bad review on Yelp because their Wi-Fi sucks. You are right about his composure, man. Like
it was sick. It was amazing how
even like when D-Ron won his major a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Even he was nervous, right? So like, there we are. We were just talking about your composure, Alex, and I was kind of comparing it to D-Ron when he won his major. Oh, can you hear us? You're back.
Yeah, man. What's going on here?
We'll leave the hotel bad review on Yelp for their Wi-Fi. I was just comparing. Can you hear us? All right.
Yeah.
I was comparing your win to D-Ron. You were nervous on TV, but he gone again. We may have to do a phone interview. Let me turn my Bluetooth on. Because I don't want to. Let me call him. Live TV, kids. This is what we do. Yeah, there we go. Okay, hang on. Let me turn my Bluetooth on here, brother. We'll get you. I can play through my soundboard here. Roadcaster.
This is crazy. I can't get any connection to the last for a long period of time.
It sucks. I appreciate you working through it. So
yeah, I'm trying to make this work because I want to get this to work for you guys.
Yep, we're good. I got you playing through the stream now. Todd, you can hear him all right?
Yeah, I can hear him just fine.
Awesome. Okay. Now, so getting back to what I was saying. That comparing your win to a guy like D-Ron when he won his major, seeing how D-Ron was nervous on TV, but seeing you and Brandon and Spencer, it's just like, I don't know what it is about the youth nowadays, but you guys just like, you're just hard to beat. You're just stone cold killers. Like, how are you feeling the morning of, and kind of walk us through that day, what it was like to be on TV.
Yeah. So it was 2 nights ago when I found out I made the show. That's when I got no sleep. I had 2 hours of sleep, so I was so amped up. But the night before actually wasn't bad at all. I slept perfectly fine. I was looking forward to it, excited and everything. Woke up, had a good breakfast, start the morning. Got to the set early to kind of take it all in. Found out which chair I liked, and kind of felt what it was like to be under the lights. And obviously, this is something that I've been looking forward to my whole life to be in the situation opportunity. And it was great for me because I was the 2 seed. I didn't have to come out early. So I could sit off to the side and kind of watch what it was like to be on the TV set, understand kind of some of the behind the scenes stuff. And I feel like that really helped loosen me up and not have me really stressed coming into the match. And when it got to the match, all I told myself was the first 2 shots, just execute good shots and we'll go from there. And once we did that, I truly felt at home because I was like, hey, you've been bowling your whole life. There's nothing much different here. So just, go out and execute good shots. And that's what we did.
So
nothing much different. Nothing much different. You bowl for $100,000 all the time.
Yeah, all the time. I'm always on TV for a major champion. Whenever I get on TV, it's for a major. No, I mean, that's cool. To be that chill, I couldn't do it. I mean, I don't have this kind of nerves, man. But being under the lights is obviously different. The pacing of the show, having to wait a while to bowl. Obviously, they do give you some practice in between matches, but it's almost like a pitcher, warming up in a bullpen, trying to get ready. If you leave them in there too long, they kind of get worn out. But how was the pacing of the day?
Yeah, I mean, the day itself, I feel like it took 50 hours to be able to start the show and for me to come on. And then, like everyone says, when we get to the show, it goes by in 20 seconds. I mean, the next thing you know, I'm at commercial break and I'm like, wow, those first 5 frames went by super fast.
Yeah.
And, coming out of commercial break, I was like, all right, we got to kind of slow down here and take advantage of this match, specifically against Andrew Anderson. And that's kind of what we did. It was like, don't enjoy this moment because truly bowling on TV, it really goes by really fast. So
I can imagine. And Todd and I both being Brunswick guys, we absolutely love that Black Hammer Pearl.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just such a good ball.
I gotta tell you, Brunswick has made a nice showing out there this year.
You think? What have we won? 7 out of 9, I believe. It's pretty ridiculous. Yeah. Which is great to see for supporters of the brand and Todd's a staffer. What else were you throwing during the week?
Yeah, so most of my damage came from the urethane game 1, 2, and 3 of the block. I drilled up a kinetic sapphire ice that I threw a lot later in the blocks. And for me, it was a slower pearl ball, slower than I expected. Mm-hmm. And when they kind of got clipped a little bit, it would kind of chug through that oil. So I was pleasantly surprised with that. And then I threw a bit of the GB5 when the kinetic was a little too slow or a little too quick off the friction, when it was kind of over under. And then late in the blocks, depending on how they played, I threw an Intel Recon as well. So kind of a good mix of bowling balls throughout the whole week.
I mean, that really is, honestly. And they've made such good products lately. Not to say that other brands don't, but I've been saying for the last couple of years, especially on the hammer side, that they have really stepped it up over the last couple of years and have kind of dominated everything. And especially with urethane in general, and obviously the whole Effect Tour line. Those are all fantastic balls. The Widows are just legendary, literally. It's just it's just great to see the brands of Brunswick on top just about every single week here. You don't have to answer or not, but are you on staff? Have you signed yet? Because
yeah,
okay,
yep. I've been with Brunswick for 5 or 6 years now.
Okay,
yeah. He's taken care of me for a while now. And now, obviously, we're out on the national tour and getting more help than I can imagine.
That's really cool. And I should have known that Parker would have hooked you up. Would have hooked up with that.
Oh, Parker likes Brunswick stuff. Is that right? I didn't know that.
He's only been there for like 50 years. So. I love Parker. When he came to Nashville to help Sydney move in because she's going to Vanderbilt, and we had lunch at a local barbecue place, and that was the first time we had a face to face. But it's like I've known him my whole life. He's just one of those guys that you can just sit there and talk to, and not just like listen to him tell stories over the years from bowling, but just life in general. And then he even did like an hour in my car, just to do a video interview. And he's always gracious with his time, and he's still one of the busiest guys you'll ever meet. But he always tries to find time to help people out. I know it's a cliche where they say he'll give you the shirt off his back. I literally think Parker would if we ever needed it. It wouldn't fit me, but
Robbie beat me to it, man.
I think he literally would be one of those guys to do that because he's one of the nicest guys I think I've ever met in my entire life. No offense, Todd.
No, yeah, it's okay. None taken.
It's good to see that relationship between you guys, Alex, and obviously Brandon and Justin and Sydney are fantastic. They're not kids, but I call them kids because I'm almost 50. But just quality people. And I saw Brandon and Justin actually when they were here in Smyrna, Tennessee, when they were bowling the I think it was the ITCs. And Brandon walks up to me and he was talking to one of his teammates. He's like, "This is the man right here." And I'm like, "What, you talking to me?" And he's like, "Yeah." They've all been on the show. We've been really close for a while. And man, watching the collegiate bowlers bowl is like so cool. Just to watch them, like, it's a long day. And I mean, just they throw so many games in the Baker format and just standing up the whole time, supporting their teammates. How was it like? Well, you both for Indiana Tech, is that correct?
Correct. Yep.
How was your college experience?
Yeah, college bowling is a lot, both good and bad. Obviously, the parts that I love about it are the fact that you're traveling with 7 other guys. You've got 7 other guys who are sharing the lanes with you, competing for a national championship, and that's something that you don't get anytime else in life because when you're out on tour, it's just by yourself.
Sure.
And from that aspect, I truly cherish my time competing in college because I won't ever see that again. But with that being said, obviously there comes some bickering and fighting, conflict of interest and things like that also comes about with other guys. But I mean, I think regardless of all the ups and downs, I wouldn't trade my college experience for anything, because it was truly amazing to be able to compete with other guys and have the same goal in mind. And now competing by myself on tour, it kind of sucks, because it's like, you know, obviously my friends travel to see me and everything, but it's not like that team atmosphere anymore. So.
Yeah. Todd, we talked about it last week a little bit. You've witnessed it as well. It's a unique environment, like watching all the college kids bowl. Like it's so cool to watch.
Some familiar faces in that.
Some heavy hitters in that picture. Yeah. But no, man, it was my first experience watching college kids bowl when they came here, and the place was absolutely packed. I've never seen so many people in Smyrna Bowling Center, like just hanging off the rafters. And it was even hard to see because there's just so many people standing up. But it was a unique experience. I've seen the PBA live, I've seen the PWBA live, but college is so cool. Did you go pro right out of college, Alex?
Yeah, so I graduated in May of 2025, and I was like, all right, I'm going to take this summer off, which was last summer, kind of decide what my plans are, if I'm going to go into the workforce or if I'm going to try and bowl out on tour. So I took that summer off, bowled pretty well, made some money, won a regional, and I was like, okay, well, let's kind of keep riding this wave a little bit and see what happens. I went out to bowl the RPI, and I was like, okay, you know, well, let's consider our options of going out on tour here. And, you know, when you start looking at the money aspect of it, it's kind of like difficult to travel so much. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to miss out on X, Y, and Z stop to start, which was Texas, I think, and Missouri, because they were so far and I wanted to drive to everything. So I was like, okay. And then Brandon goes out and wins that first event. And then I'm like, oh, well, I definitely need to get out there. I definitely want to compete now. So we started, I think it was Decatur was my first event. And we've been off and running ever since then.
Todd, go ahead.
I was going to just say, in the crowd, I mean, your father was there, Parker was there, but Wes Malott was there. Can you tell me a little bit about your relationship with Wes and what had him there with you?
Yeah, yep. So Wes, and as of recent years, while I've been out in Indiana Tech, Wes has his pro shop out there. Mm-hmm. He lives in Indiana now. So he's basically just taken me under his wing while I've been out at school. I've been in the shop all the time, just picking his brain, hanging out, doing whatever. And he's really just been helpful in terms of just giving me advice the same way Parker would have done. Sure. And anytime I'm out in Indiana or any surrounding area, he's like, hey, you know, you have always got a place to stay, come through, hang out, and things like that. And his family's just been so great for me. So as of recent years, he's basically been another figure that's been very impactful and helpful for me as well.
Yeah, I got to meet Wes a couple of different times, a couple of different tournaments, and one of them, his son was bowling. His son won a couple of tournaments that I did, and all of a sudden I didn't see him anymore. And it turns out he's a better baseball player than a bowler, and he's a pretty damn good bowler too.
Yep.
But yeah, I got to meet Wes through part of that, where he was going out and bowling some little smaller tournaments with his boy and getting him out there. But he's a very good individual, and I mean, you got Parker on one side, Wes Malott on the other. How could you not be cool and collected when you're out there on the lanes? I mean, if they taught you any part of your composure or how to handle yourself, that's a win-win for you and for them, and for your father, for that matter. I mean, you've got your brain together on what you're doing out there. It was just fun to watch, man.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Sure.
You know, you're very reserved. You're very articulate. And we've had Austin Grammer on who was so nervous on the show a couple weeks ago. I felt bad for him. He's such a good kid. And it was so fun to watch him win, but you know, trying to get some answers out of him was a little bit difficult because he's kind of a shy kid. But
it was not a little bit difficult at all. It was,
and nothing against him at all. I
no, none.
But it's good to have a rookie on that we can get some good answers out of. Do you know Austin personally?
Yeah, so I mean, we once again another kind of kid that I've competed against a lot in college, and it's one of those things where you forge relationships and friendships from seeing people multiple times, and slowly start talking to them more and more, and go from there.
Is he the same way, like off the lanes, just chill? Like, does he?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Very quiet.
The same thing I can imagine him talking about on the podcast here. I would imagine that it's the same way off the lanes as well.
That's pretty funny. Bowling with the Fef, who is also a fantastic YouTuber who has a bowling show, said different speeds on each lane was crazy good. Well done, Alex. Enjoy the win, and hopefully you and him will cross paths at the World Series.
Thank you. Yeah,
he is a great guy. Craig Whammy number 8 says Alex bowled like some guy who's been doing it his whole life on TV. It is pretty remarkable. Just your composure on the lanes, and you really didn't throw that many bad shots. You might have had a couple misses, especially in the championship match, man. But like you were pretty locked in. It's quite amazing. Craig also said he's a grandson who's 10 years old. He's got talent. He's good at a lot of different sports. How old were you, Alex, when you took bowling seriously and not just for fun?
Yeah, I would say, let's see here, 2014 junior gold was my first attempt at going out on like a big stage. And I think I was, so that's 12 years ago. So 10.
Okay.
That's when my dad was like, hey, you want to go out and bowl this tournament? You've been practicing. And we were like, yeah, I'm all for it as a kid. And, went out and bowled well. And ever since then, we basically just been snowballing from there, bowling competitive tournaments.
Did you bowl any leagues as a kid?
Yeah. So funny thing was, as a kid, I always wanted to try and bowl on sports shots because house shots to me were boring as a kid. It's the same thing regardless of where you're bowling at. So I was always trying to find like the sports shots leagues, and many of the kids growing up didn't like sports shot because obviously it's difficult and your average is low and nobody likes struggling. But I was always trying to find that sports shot league, and we actually had to go to this place, Erie Lanes in Philadelphia. That was probably about like an hour and 20 minutes away to be able to get consistent sports shots and difficult patterns and let me practice all day. And shout out to them. They as a youth, they helped me propel to where I am right now in terms of bowling on sports shots. So,
do you happen to know Greg Tack at all, or have you heard of him?
Yeah.
So yep. Greg does that also. He works a lot with the youth, and he loves to put down sport patterns to get them used to it. Because I mean, how else are you going to prepare yourself? I mean, you got a lot of these league bowlers that bowl house shots, and they're averaging 230, 240. And they think they're world beaters, and when they go out to Reno or in bowling the opens, they find out real quickly that they may not be as good as they thought they were. So I love the fact that you were able to learn on a sport pattern, and I love what they do there, and what I think Greg's out of New Jersey, what he does as well. So that's really cool because. Like I said, that's a fantastic way to prepare yourself. In college, I'm assuming were those sport patterns as well? Yeah.
College is a little bit of different patterns than tour because there's so much traffic going down the lane. So all the college patterns are kind of breaking down and playing the same way. Yep. But for the most part, college was obviously it wasn't house by any means, but it wasn't like impossible. So.
Gotcha. So, so honestly, you can say for most of your bowling career, you're used to bowling on tougher patterns, and obviously that paid off for you.
Yeah. Yep.
That's awesome.
That's what I was going to say when you said you drove an hour and 20 minutes to bowl in that bowling center. I started to say that's exactly why you are where you are at right now, because you guys took those steps to bowl on tougher shots. And man, if I could do it all over again, I'd never bowl on a house shot when I was growing up. Of course. And I would encourage, if we have any parents watching that have some kids that are bowling or vice versa, younger bowlers are watching, man, go out there and find those sports shot leagues or sports shot tournaments and just go out there and learn them. That's only going to make you better. And that's the way to go. I mean, yeah, it's fun to throw strikes on a house shot, but just think how much better you're going to be on that house shot when you get good on a sports shot. You're going to feel like you've got the entire left side, and I'd encourage everybody to do the same thing.
It's funny. I know a lot of pros that end up going back and bowling leagues on house shots, and they suck.
It. Yeah,
they hate it. Yeah, like they're not used to it, right? They're not used to having to, manipulate their speed and hand and surface and all that. And it's like it's a little bit difficult for them to do it. But no, Alex obviously was brought up the right way, and that's really cool to see. Todd spoke earlier about your dad being there, and I got emotional when y'all hugged and and celebrated. How cool was that to have your dad there, especially for your first win and a major on probably the biggest major of them all, honestly?
Yeah. So obviously my dad has been there from the get-go. I'm 22 years old, been bowling since I was 2. My dad put me into it. And I have him to thank for everything. He basically rolled out the red carpet for me, was like, hey, I showed interest in bowling. I was willing to practice. He was willing to drive me anywhere, basically, to be able to bowl tournaments. So from that standpoint, embracing at the end and the win showed that, hey, we had finally done something that a journey, not just me, but my dad was along with me the whole way. And that was something that was truly special.
Javier Fiber Seal says, big shout out to you, Alex. It was fun to watch you. I had a crowd at the bar at Howell Lanes in New Jersey, all behind you. Looking forward to seeing you hopefully over the summer if you ever come by Howell again.
Yes, sir. I will be there for sure. I promise you that.
And Dr. Ocho, who was on earlier, he actually bowls league on Thursday nights at Howell Lanes. So
does he wear that mask when he bowls?
Yes, he does. He doesn't ever take it off.
It doesn't ever take it off. Okay.
Doesn't watch it either. It's really stinky. Yeah. I'm just saying. Alex Bermuda says it was so refreshing seeing Alex win and not showboat gloat after the win. He's acted like he's been there. Major kudos.
Thank you.
Clifton Don wants to know: have you thrown the track balls? Stealth modes hybrid, and if you have, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, stealth mode. I threw the stealth mode right when it came out. For me, I thought it was a little too slow, meaning that off the end of the pattern, it just wasn't as responsive as something that I was looking for. I always kind of leaned on an effector over the stealth mode, but there have been a lot of people that have had success with the stealth mode out on tour. I am a fan, actually, of the stealth mode hybrid, specifically on house. I feel like it just lets me kind of get left and lock and load, freewheel it, and whatnot. And then recently, the Track Kinetic Sapphire Ice is something that I wasn't thinking I needed to drill, but shout out to Wolf. Wolf was like, hey, we should drill you this. And, I'm never in a place to say no when the ball rep tells you to drill something. So, yeah.
I saw some video of you throwing that ball over the week, and it was something else for sure. That ball looked like it was just crazy good coming off your hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm a huge fan of it from what I've seen last week, and I'm sure she'll get some reps here at the World Series as well.
Sure.
Have you always bowled two-handed?
Yeah. Yep. So since I started so young and I was so little, I couldn't get the swing right with the one hand. So I was, pushing it with two hands, and ever since that's all we've ever done.
Interesting. Who did you like watching growing up? Who was who were your idols?
Yeah, so obviously Belmo. I mean, you're watching growing up. This was Belmo's heyday. He breaks out, specifically his back-to-back 3-time the Masters run. Watching that at home, I was always like, oh yeah, the best in the world is two-handed. I got to be doing it right,
Right.
So, and not only that, but I said to Belmo that I'm so grateful for what he's done for the sport of bowling and two-handed bowling, because back then he caught a lot of flack from people for being two-handed bowler because it's something different. It wasn't the traditional way. And that's something that I expressed my respect to him because, if without him basically breaking through that barrier of being successful two-hander on tour, you wouldn't have all these younger guys out here that are two-handed being successful. So,
yep. He is literally one of the coolest guys I've ever met. We had the pleasure of having him on episode 101, and I believe he was on episode 150 as well. So, and for us being kind of a smaller show back then and relatively still, he was gracious enough to give us, like 2.5 hours the first time he was on, and literally was an open book and just talked about everything and just picked the brain of a guy who revolutionized the sport. I never had a chance to talk to Mark Roth, who just was like the first cranker back in the day. So to speak with somebody that kind of led a revolution of just a whole new style and impacted, guys like you and Simo and Kyle. And I mean, just like a murderer's row of bowlers that have been inspired watching him. Like, it's just, it was really cool to have, an intimate conversation with him. And, being as busy as he is and away from home all the time, and it sucks being away from his family. He still takes time to help people out and speak with us and help the kids, you guys out on tour. I can't say enough good things about Belmo. Like, he really is an incredible guy.
Yeah. And actually, right after I won, he comes up to me and he gives me a pin from the rack, and he says, I personally, him being Belmo, collect a pin from each of his majors, and here's a pin for your first major title being the TOC this week, and I hope that you can collect many more. And that was special because, this was a guy that competed on the show. Obviously, he wanted to win the TOC. Yeah. I ended up winning, and he's willing to share with me the fact that this is what he does, and you should start doing this as well. That was incredible.
Wow, that's a great story. That is.
I would have said, "Oh, would you like for me to autograph that for you, sir?"
That is really awesome, dude. I'm thank you for sharing that, because that's something that would go unspoken publicly if we didn't have you on, we wouldn't have known about it. But
that's right.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. So. Obviously, the World Series started. Was it today or yesterday?
PTQ was today, this morning.
How'd you do?
Well, I both of PTQ, thankfully.
I'm sorry,
you didn't have to.
I'm an idiot, dude. I am so sorry. I knew that. I was just testing you.
Well, I slept in a little bit. I went and got some breakfast, and I took another nap. I had a good day.
Yeah, no, that's good. It is good not having to grind the PTQs. We've had Nate Garcia on the show plenty of times, and he's having a career year on his own. Finally getting through a few PTQs, and he took a lightened schedule last year because he was just tired of grinding. And I know you haven't been on tour that long, but I mean, even still, you can respect the grind and know how hard it is to get through. And we talked about this last week on the show. Del Warren asked, PTQ for the TOC, and he kind of threw up a question mark, and we had a pretty lively conversation about it. But if you don't have a regional title, or you still have the bowl of PTQ, the fact that you can make it through and win your first major is crazy. Without that, we wouldn't be we wouldn't be talking to you right now. No offense, but we wouldn't. Yeah, you wouldn't have the exposure that you had, which it's just. I'm sure it's opened so many doors for you as well. It's just got to be a big weight lifted off your shoulders, not having to do that anymore.
Yeah. And like, as I said before, I mean, this has completely been a life-changing week because, you have more self-confidence in yourself and belief in yourself than you ever had before. Not only that, but I mean, you solidify your spot as being out here for the next couple of years because, you don't have to go through those PTQs. You've got guaranteed spots to bowl tournaments. And from that standpoint, it's like, oh, well, I'm definitely going to be out here, hustling and bowling more than I initially may have thought because, no one wants to be out here grinding PTQs for years on end. So now being that with a win, that's definitely huge.
Dude, I'm so happy for you, really, and for the other rookies this year that don't have to worry about that as well. It's just really cool because Todd and I have been watching this since almost black and white TV back in the day. That's how old we are. But to see history never been done before for 4 rookies to win their first titles in one season after however many years the PBA has been around and have been, taking notes and recording champions in the record books, man. What do you what have you seen? Like, what is it about you and the other guys that have won this year that, what's different about this year? It's, can you quantify it?
Yeah. So, I mean, I would think you can attribute it to several things. One, as my dad always told me, iron sharpens iron. We've all competed with each other for multiple years leading up to this situation. So with one rookie goes out and wins, being brought to that first event, that opens up a can of worms for all the other rookies. One, to want it just as bad as, the next other person. And two, it instills belief because, we've competed at the highest level with a person who's already won an event. So that also gives you belief deep down that, hey, you can go out and do something special as well. And then another thing is, I mean, something that I'm learning as I'm going, obviously being out on tour, there's a little bit of a learning curve that comes with it. But, we've seen a lot of shapes that maybe prior generations may not have seen before coming out on tour. We've bowled junior gold, we've bowled several tournaments, college bowling. So nowadays, there really isn't very many patterns out there that I haven't seen or I bowl on and I have no clue. Mm-hmm. So from that standpoint, when you're coming out on tour and basically it just comes down to execution and how you hold the nerves in those final moments, that kind of makes a difference in terms of, okay, you can break out much quicker than it took years before. Because years before, people were coming out on tour and may not have seen the shapes that it takes to be successful on tour. But now you're coming out and you're like, hey, this is what I'm expecting tours to going to be like. And, I've seen this before. And so from that standpoint, you learn a little bit quicker than years before. And ultimately that can lead to some extra success as well.
Dude, to have those answers for a 22-year-old guy, I mean, you're kind of a throwback, right? You're kind of like, you just got an old school soul. I love the fact that you were able to recognize that and break it down. There's some pros in their 30s and 40s that can't do that. So you got a really good head on your shoulders. Man.
I was just going to say, Alex, you sound like you've been out there winning on tour for 10 years. The way you speak and and how you break down your game, it's very impressive.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
It's very refreshing. You're almost an anomaly, honestly, and that's no offense to anybody else. One thing I will say about this current generation, with you and Brandon and Austin and the other guys, like kids of in your generation have kind of learned quicker because not only do you have advanced technology that we didn't have growing up. I mean, we didn't have tablets and cell phones and stuff like that, and like Google and AI, like the Gen Alphas are just going to be like way ahead of everybody else at that when they're in their 20s. So I feel like the learning curve has kind of changed when it comes to just easy access to information and being able to just like search whatever you want without having to go to a library or an encyclopedia and stuff like that. So I think that is an edge that you guys have to the previous generation.
Yeah, and not only that, but I mean, I don't know how I can't speak to other generations, but I mean, our generation, we got some swag to us, That's
right.
Like, we belong out here, and like I had mentioned before, seeing one person do it really opens up the can of worms for the rest of the guys that have competed with each other forever to be like, we're gonna go out there and do the same thing. So
that's cool. You guys definitely have swag, and that is honestly fun to see because back in the 80s and 90s, like bowling was kind of a stuffy sport. Everyone's sitting there, in their suit and ties, and it's it was kind of ritzy back in the day. You had all the bowling execs and proprietors and stuff like that. But when you get to a place like Bayside and you see people just go nuts, like it's a whole
favorite place in the world.
But just seeing the younger guys just kind of let go and be like, like we don't have like almost having a chip on their shoulder. Like, you got nothing against, Belmo and Simo and guys who've been around for a while or, Barnesy who just retired, but like, they're I mean, Simo and EJ are almost the old guard when it comes to you guys. Like you're just like nipping at their heels, like ready to go. Like I'm going to get mine and I don't care who I go through. Like we saw Brandon Bonta, run the freaking ladder. And 300 for crying out loud. Like, are you kidding me, bro? Like, that's just stupid. And Austin shot what, 299, Todd? Was it
299? Yeah.
I mean, it's just seriously like for first time on TV. It's just like y'all are like, hey, I'm here. Like, I am him. I'm ready to go. So it's fun. It's fun watching you guys bowl. Like, it's just, and I'm sure the TV executives, I don't know if they love it or not, because they're promoting Kyle Troop and Silo and Bello and all these guys. And then, you and your buddies just come along. And you're like, we got this. Right. So, but it's fun. It's fun as a fan to watch. So, I mean, I thought this year on the CW was fun to watch.
I can agree. I thought they did a great job with it, and I think having the four rookies win this year and going through some of the big names on the show, I got to say that's only going to help things even more next year. That's just me personally. I mean, it made me want to turn on the show even more to see which young kid was gonna stand out again on this week. On this show.
Like, is this guy really gonna do it? Like, is this guy gonna do it? Like, it's kind of crazy. And it makes for must see TV, honestly, as a bowling fan. And it's you're also going to inspire the next kids that are in college right now or in high school. They're like seeing you and Brandon and Spencer and Austin win. It's like, dude, I want to do that. Like, I want to be him. So
yeah, Craig's got a great question up there that I think we need to flash on here for him.
Craig Whammy number 8 wants to know, who is the next rookie to watch in your opinion, Alex?
Oh, who is the next rookie to watch next year? I'm gonna have to shout out my boy Brandon Bone. He's gonna hopefully be my roommate next year, and I think him coming to support me, watching me win, only is going to make him hungrier to come out and do the same thing next year. So I think he will definitely be someone that will definitely want to watch for sure.
And that's not just a biased opinion because he's your boy. Like, he is a stone cold killer. And I've witnessed it in person. He and Justin's great too, but Justin does a lot with the YouTube channel, and he's kind of deciding what he wants to do after school. But Brandon knows what he wants, and he has that fire, just not only from his dad but from his mom too.
And he's just cut for the bowling. He loves the moment. Because I bowled several tournaments with him.
Yep.
Coming down to the 10th frame, having a chance, man. He's just always there. So he's going to be ready for it.
I agree. Yeah. On a personal level, I'm excited to watch him. But as a fan of the sport, I do think he's cut from the same cloth as Parker and Leslie. Like, he's got the best of both worlds when it comes to his parents, man. Like, he is an absolute Iceman, and has no fear at all. And we joked about when he was on the show, he's like, I don't know anything about layouts or pins or anything like that. He's like, I have no idea what the drill. I have a guy that does it for me, and he knows what I like, and I don't have to worry about it. I just got to go out there and throw the ball. And I'm like, hell yeah, dude. You whatever works for you, right? Like, just keep it simple, right? Just go out there and just kill it. But it's funny, like, listen to him talk, because he'll admit it. He admitted himself when him and Dell were on. Like, I don't know much about the technical side of bowling. Where do you stand in that? Are you are you pretty technical?
I would say I definitely wasn't that much, but going through school and college, I was slowly started finding an interest in it. And it's one of those things where as you become better at bowling, almost by default, you kind of have to know what's going on. At least that's my viewpoint on it. So I was like, I want to understand layouts. I want to understand bowling balls. I want to understand what I'm throwing and what could work or whatnot like that. So for me, I took an interest slowly on learning more of the technical side, because I was just like Brandon. I was like, hey, lay it out however, let me just throw it, I'll make it work. But now definitely as of recently, it's definitely been more learning.
I wonder if it would change his game if he decided to get more involved, or if he just likes keeping it simple and it's like, I just want to go out there and just throw strikes. I don't know. Have you?
He's just a simple guy, so for him, it probably wouldn't.
It's hilarious. We appreciate you working through your technical difficulties, man, and I'm glad we're able to get on the phone and ask you a lot of questions, because I wanted to give you the time you deserve, because winning is a huge deal. and I want you to have your moment. Todd, you got anything for Alex before we wrap it up?
No, just once again, very well-spoken young man. I have zero doubt in my mind that you are going to be in the winner's circle again, probably sooner than later. And I will look forward to having you back on the show sometime, in the very near future. And you got a couple of big fans right here. We're going to be rooting for you every time that you're on. So congratulations once again, Alex. It's so cool.
Thank you.
So yeah, man, I kudos. I absolutely, concur to what Todd said. Watching you out there, and just listening to you speak on the show and how well versed you are and how, well spoken, articulate and chill, and just seeing you be a killer on TV. I'm excited for your future, for sure. And, good luck. You got a long time to be in Minnesota, for the next 4 weeks or so. So,
Minnesota for that long? I think anybody would have to lose a bet to have to go there for that long.
Yeah, I mean, Reno kind of.
Well, yeah, that is right up there
too. But I mean, outside of the stadium, there's not much to do there either. But at least Minneapolis has a little bit more things to do. But no, man, good luck for the future in the World Series, and I will absolutely keep in touch with you.
Definitely. Thank you guys so much for having me on. I appreciate being able to talk to you guys.
You got it, brother. Have a good night, man. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. You guys take it easy.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, Alex.
All right, man. Bye.
All right. See you.
Man, what a kid, dude. Like,
yeah.
And I hate to call him a kid. I mean, I know he's a young man. He's an adult, but,
he's 22 going on 35. Listen.
Isn't he though? Like, he's literally.
Well beyond his years.
And again, no offense to Austin or anybody else. I haven't spoke to Brandon or Spencer, but he's an old soul, dude. Like it's just, and I'm sure, obviously it's kudos to his dad and his upbringing and all that. But to be that far ahead of the curve, right, and just be well beyond his years, it's really refreshing to see a young guy like that is so articulate. And knows what he wants. Like he's, like you said, we got swag, and all the boys this year do.
Yeah.
But that was a fantastic conversation.
Sure.
I'm glad we were able to get on. And I got to shout Parker Bone the third out for making that happen. And I was on pins and needles watching Alex bowl, hoping he would win. And as soon as he did, I texted Parker and I said, "Hey man, any chance we can get the kid on the show this week?" And he's like, "I'll ask him." And he made it happen that night. So, and thank you again to Alex for accepting the invitation to come on.
You were almost giggity sending me those texts. Hey, look what I got cooking here.
I was, and you're like, "Oh yeah," and I'm like, "Yeah, man, like this is going to be a good show." And they're all fantastic shows, but I was excited to talk to Alex because again, I've been watching him since he's knee high to a grasshopper with the Bowler X stuff, and to see him just come up through the ranks and being a friend of the Bone family was even cooler for me on a personal level. Being friends with the family as well, and seeing Parker on TV before the final match with the sideline reporter, and I don't remember her name, but watching Parker kind of break it down and say Alex is like an adopted son to him, and how proud he was to see Alex on TV, and then watching him and Wes and Alex's dad. In the box sitting behind him, just kind of, you see Parker and Wes kind of lean over and talk to each other like, did you see that shot? Like this kid's killing it, dude. Yeah. And to watch them all celebrate was awesome. What better mentors to have than Wes Malott and Parker Bone, for crying out loud?
I was going to say nobody brought up Wes until I said, all of a sudden you not only do you have Parker Bone sitting next to your dad, you've got Wes Malott sitting there next to him.
Sitting there, like,
good grief.
And I'd love to get Wes on the show at some point because I've been a huge fan.
Has he not been on before?
We have not had him on yet, so
I can give him a shout this week. Let's see what we can do.
Hell yeah, dude! That's yes, I would love to have him on.
Yeah, let me see. I'll reach out to him this week and see if I can get him on.
Cool. Craig says it's going to be really difficult this year for them to pick a rookie of the year. Holy shit, right? I didn't even think of that. Not only just bowler of the year if they happen to get more points and maybe win another title, but yeah, rookie. I didn't think of that rookie. How do you pick a rookie of the year? That's
you don't.
And just fucking pick a name on the wall. Like
it's kind of like our ball raffle where we just put the names on a wheel and spin it around.
Pick who the rookie of the year is.
The wheel of death and see which one comes out on the end.
That is a great question, Craig. I didn't think of that. I mean, obviously it's points based, but we touched on this. I don't know if it might have been 2 weeks ago. When PBA put out that graphic, and they put out another one this week of EJ leading the points, but not having a title yet. And
leading in points by several thousand or whatever.
Yes, with Boog and P-Dom in second and third. And it's like, well, if by their rules, if EJ doesn't win the title, no matter how many catches he has this year or how consistent he is in qualifying and making shows, he's not going to get player of the year. It's weird, right? Like, how do you fix that?
I don't know that you do.
Yeah.
Scott, aren't you working right now, bud? See his comment up there. Isn't he working?
Todd McGill, PBA 50, Rookie of the Year 2027. You got to go on tour next year, bro?
Yeah, no.
No? Do you have any tournaments that come near you typically? I mean, obviously we don't know next year's schedule, but was there anything this year that comes near Cincinnati?
They were in Columbus. They were a couple hours north of us. Yeah,
that's right.
They were very close. And then Indianapolis is an hour and a half away. So
I love Indy. I go up there for Chinese food because you can't get good Chinese food here in Tennessee. It's literally impossible.
Really?
Yeah, I go to Indy to get my Chinese. Literally, just drive to Indy to get.
Just drive on to Indy, yeah.
Yeah, it's a 4-hour drive, but yeah. Chuck Ritchie's here. What's up, Chuck? I haven't been ignoring you, Chuckles. I love Chuck so much. If Alex, Brandon, Spencer, or Austin win at the World Series, they could be Player of the Year and Rookie of the Year.
That's a fact.
That is an absolute stone cold fact. Anything is possible at this point. And I love getting to meet guys like Alex and having Boog on the show several times and having quite a lot of winners on, Troop and Belmo. It's like, it's hard for me to root for people when they're on TV. Because initially I was rooting for Belmo to win, because I'd like to see him get another TOC, because he's broken so many records. But once he was out and I'm looking at the rest of the field, I'm like, I love Andrew. Andrew Anderson's a phenomenal bowler. Like, doesn't get enough credit for how good he is. But then I was like, oh shit, Alex is on the show. And I'm like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, there's no way Rookie's going to win again.
Right.
Right. But when he beats Andrew, and then, Zach Wilkins is on a hot streak, just coming off the Roth-Holman doubles win, with AJ Chapman. It's like, shit, like, Zach's riding a hot hand right now. So,
if Zach wins last week, then he's pushing himself as B player of the year.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But when Alex won, I was like, damn, 4 rookies to win this year. We may never see that again, bro. Like, literally, like, we may never ever, and I hope we do, but like I said before, in all the years of the PBA, whether it's 50, 60, 70 years, whatever it is, it's just absolutely phenomenal to see 4 rookies win in 1 year. Scott says reaching out to have one at Gilmore next year.
He's talking to Walter Ray about it.
Hey, tell Walter we said hi.
Yeah, you guys knocking back a cold one while you're working, Scott? Just you're trying to get some things lined up.
Oh, good stuff. So I was going to go to the imbecile of the week, but we're going to end on a happy note. I don't want to.
I think so too. I don't want to bring anything negative upon what show we just had.
Yeah, absolutely. We're on the same page when it comes to that. So next week, episode 194. Don't have a plan yet, but I never do. So I'm sure we'll figure something out. And I appreciate you guys hanging out with us each and every week.
You need to get that link and pin it at the top of the chat for next week.
I will. Yes.
We got the straight up 5 gear.
We got the straight up 5 gear, and my sub store is up. We have this shirt and our straight up 5 bowling jersey up for sale on bowlify.com under my link. So I will get that on screen, and I'll try to find a place for that banner back there. Right there. I see it. I literally I can see it, but I can't read it. I'll get that somehow figured out next week to get it closer to this.
That's okay. Let's see if we can get that one figured out. But sausage link. Scott, you are bored as bored can be tonight at the Lanes. He's bartending tonight.
He's got to be. Craig says he just had a lesson with Walter Ray on Monday. Nice.
Where were you guys at on Monday? Where was Walter at?
Where's Walter? Where's Waldo? He's a busy guy. Hey, look, Walter is obviously one of the greatest bowlers of all time, arguably the best, depending on who you ask. And the fact that he can bowl one-handed, win all those titles, bowl two-handed, win the PBA 50 title, hurts his shoulder, starts bowling left-handed for a few months. And I don't know what his average got up to, but he posts his practices on his Facebook page all the time. And watching him bowl left-handed and try to figure it out is like watching Einstein create something. It's just Walter's such a genius, and he's got he's got 2 degrees from Caltech or Cal Poly. I forgot which school he went to, but he's a genius, right? And his success with horseshoes as well. The guy is he's good at everything. Johnny Jr. played ping pong with him one day. And when they're all hanging out, I forgot where they were, but it's where they had the 2 lanes in the basement of the guy's house, and they had
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? I can't remember exactly where it was. But Walter even calls it table tennis. He doesn't call it ping pong. So he's so dead focused because he's dead eye, right? But
I'll see him tomorrow, and I'll walk by and just say ping pong.
Ping pong, yes.
That's it. That's all I'm going to say. Ping pong.
He whipped JP's ass even at table tennis and ping pong. He's good at everything, right? He has won horseshoes right and left-handed, Chuck. You're absolutely right about that.
Oh, and Scott's trying to get something in there, that a fun fact of Walter Ray that he learned tonight at the Lanes before we're done. Scott, let's see it.
A little place called Crestview Lanes in Marysville, Tennessee. Yes, you're absolutely right. And
that's where he was at here on Monday.
That's where he was. Okay. Yeah. Maryville's only 3 hours from me, so
there is Scott's fun fact about Walter Ray. 2025 and 6.
2005, 2006, he was 475 for 475 on single pin spares on tour.
Is that good?
Yeah, I would say so.
That's pretty good.
That's not bad at all. I mean, he's dead eye for a reason, right? So
that's right.
Any event. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up here for this week's edition of Straight Up 5 with that guy, the handsome Todd McGill, right over there.
Nope, that way.
Thanks again to Alex Horton, your 2026 PBA Tournament of Champions champion, for coming on the show and being gracious with his time as he starts qualifying tomorrow for the World Series of Bowling. We wish him nothing but the best, and it's going to be fun. We got the PBA 50, who's also doing theirs this, in the next 4 weeks as well, which we're moving over to CBS Sports for coverage. The CW is done for the year. Real quick, Todd, what were your thoughts about the CW this year? Anything they can improve on? Anything you didn't care for, other than Rick Allen being a fucking moron?
I was going to say replacing Rick Allen and moving forward. No, I
great. Kyle Sherman was
Kyle did a great job. I think
really
overall the production of it, I think everything they did was pretty darn good.
Yep, agreed.
7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10 for year one. I think it's pretty damn good, though.
Do we know who CBS Sports have for their commentators at all?
I don't know. I haven't. I bet. I don't know. It might be
I'm going to look it up real quick. We're wrapping up here to see if I can find anything on it. Dave Ryan and Randy Pearson are going to be on CBS.
I was going to say, I bet Randy's going to be there.
Chomping at the bit. So I wonder if he's going to do Bowl TV during the week and then do CBS Sports on the weekend. So he may have a full week ahead of himself.
There's only one thing I'm not going to miss. Well, I'm going to hear again that I haven't missed is Hambone.
Well, that was a Rob Stone thing. So hopefully Randy doesn't.
It was a Rob Stone thing, but
I don't think we have to worry about that. So I think we're safe there. And I love Dave Ryan, honestly. He is great at everything, and he's been doing bowling for a long time as well. So that is a pretty good team. I know people are going to be happy to see Randy back on TV. A lot of people are pissed. They think the PBA let him go, and it's like the PBA have nothing to do with TV contracts, you morons. So many people don't freaking understand that. That's why we have the Imbecile of the Week usually, because we have people that are just that dumb. Why'd you get rid of Kimberly Pressler and Randy Peterson?
Hey, why'd you fire them? Chuck Ritchie putting that out there. You know, Chuck, I don't know that you're allowed to do that because I still do not have your thumb tape, your autographed thumb tape at my house. And they see, there it is.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But that's okay.
Just saying.
I get to see it once a week on the show because, you know.
Now that I know how much you hate Hambone, I may just put it in my Roadcaster and just have to play that as a soundbite every now and then during the show.
It's almost like a thumbs up or the letter K on a response in a text.
So Todd sent me because I forgot we were talking about, but I did the instant. I held it down. I did the instant react with like a thumbs up, and he's like, "You want to know what really pisses me off about responses?" And I'm like, "Okay, this should be fun." Thumbs up and just the letter K. So, of course, me being an asshole, I just put a thumbs up emoji after that. So, he said he never got your address, so it's your fault, Todd.
Hold on, I'm gonna.
Craig says they don't understand contractual agreements. No, they don't. They don't understand that PBA has nothing
sent to him right here.
Yeah, we don't want to show your address, but he did
there
it.
It is.
Chuck.
Sent right to you, Chuck.
Yeah, dumbass. I'll send you $1 every week to do that. Well, I mean, we already have the I do. So
I do.
We'll definitely put it. Hamburg! We'll definitely.
Man, I can't wait for that.
I might even just be my voice doing what I just did right there. It won't be Rob Stone. So anyway, CPS Sports is taking over for the World Series the rest of the year, and they'll do a good job as always. CBS has handled bowling for years and years and years. So they'll be doing the PBA National Tour World Series of Bowling and the PBA 50 World Series of Bowling. So it's going to be great to see the PBA 50 guys on TV getting their due because, I mean, dude, again, you're talking about the best of the previous generation, right? Like, it's not like, okay, those guys are off tour. We don't have to worry about them again. Like, no, like when you get, you have to worry about them on the PBA 50 tour as well. So seeing somebody like John Janowitz on national television, because obviously
that's a guy that deserves to be on national television.
Yes,
he just freaking wins.
He is a bowling terminator, and he's just he's a savant. Like he's so smart.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be cool to see him because obviously he makes a show just about every week. So of course he's gonna be on TV during the World Series. So I'm looking forward to seeing both tours on this year on CBS Sports and CBS Sports Network. Check your local listings for channel listings and times and all that shit.
John Janowitz, if you do not make the show, please do not hold it against Straight Up 5 Podcast.
It is not. You can blame Rad Rob. It's my fault. I'm fine. I'll take the heat for that one. But all right, guys, we're out of here.
Yep.
We'll see you again next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. Todd, appreciate you as always, brother.
Sure thing. I was glad to be back this week. Sorry I missed last time.
It's all good. You're a workaholic, man. And, I put you over strong last week for doing what you do for the sport of bowling. So I'll say it again to your face right here, virtually. I appreciate you for what you do for our sport and Bowlify and everything else. So
thanks, man.
Just as long as you're working, if not just calling out and playing hooky, I'm gonna shit talk you. But the fact that you were working hard, I can't say anything bad about you.
Last week you can. It's okay. Last week was a pretty important project I had to put together in a short amount of time. So
a little bit, yeah. So
Craig is asking for the link.
I will put the Bowlify link to our shirts and jerseys after the show. I can edit the stream. Just check the live section for this stream, and I'll put the link in the comments. I'll also post it on our Facebook page again. If you're not a member of our group, Craig, Straight Up 5 on Facebook, it is a private group because I have some assholes that like to troll me, so I had to kind of take it private. But if you're
still trying to sneak in that group.
Yeah. If you're not a member, Craig, just search Straight Up 5 Podcast on Facebook. and join the group, and I'll accept it for you. And the link is in there if you want to scroll down. But I will also put it here in the comments. So thank you for reminding me to do that. And we've already had a few people say that they want the Straight Up 5 merch. So we absolutely appreciate that. It helps us out, and you look good anyway. I mean, who doesn't want to see this beautiful face right there on a t-shirt? I mean, come on, man. Like
me.
I'm gonna like hang it up on my ceiling. So every time I look up, I see
oh no,
my wife will appreciate that. So
I
do. All right, guys, we love you. We love your support. We appreciate y'all. I got nothing else on that.
I got to go now.
You can't stop
See y'all later.
See you next week. Take care, guys.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for watching Straight Up 5 with Todd McGill. You can follow the show on X at Straight Up 5 Pod. You can follow Todd on X at TMT Bowling. And you can follow Rad Rob on X at Rad Rob Entertainment. Follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Straight Up 5 Podcast. We'd love to hear from you. You can email us with comments, questions, or suggestions at straightup5podcast@gmail.com. We'll see you next time for another edition of Straight Up 5 with Todd McGill, right here on the Red Rob Radio Network.